When you think of early 90s and the action science fiction epics that pushed the world of special effects to the brink, you're probably thinking of Terminator 2 and James Cameron, or maybe Spielberg and Jurassic Park. But you'd be wrong. Today we're talking about unheralded and maligned 1992 face melter, Nemesis. We're going to walk you through the making and the magic of a 90s balls-to-the-wall science fiction action epic that feels like Hard Target made love to Demolition Man and had a baby together, but the father might also be RoboCop, the Temu version, which I mean in a good way. This movie even boasts Terminator 2 Academy Award winner for special effects, Gene Warren, if you think I'm messing around. It's time to learn about the coolest cyberpunk action movie you may not have known existed before. Get ready for some crack house karate. Again, that was meant in a good way. The story of Nemesis begins back in 1987 when late director Albert Pyun, before his success directing Jean-Claude Van Damme in Cyborg or JCVD Free Kickboxer 2, was on the last picture of a 3-picture deal with the infamous Cannon Films. He started writing futuristic thriller Alex Rain about a female-led cop taking on Nazis on Mars in the future, starring sexy Roadhouse doctor Kelly Lynch. Cannon was doing Cannon-type things, however, and he was asked to put the film on hold to help them fix some other films that were in peril for the company. Mainly their 1988 Journey to the Center of the Earth rendition that currently sports a rocking 2.6 on IMDb. Then came Cyborg and even the real first Avenger, Captain America, 1990. Pyun returned to his Alex Rain idea a year later with extremely strange ideas to change the lead in the film to a 13-year-old girl working undercover for the LAPD. Thankfully, when he found funding for the project through Imperial Entertainment, they had but one caveat: replace the teenage girl with 30-year-old French kickboxer Olivier Gruner. Imperial agreed to let Pyun have free run over the rest of the film so long as he included their newfound sensation, and Nemesis was born. The rest of the cast came together nicely and includes the great Cary Hiroyuki Tagawa, who we unfortunately lost recently, as a Hawaiian t-shirt wearing dude bro bad guy. It also features Friday the 13th royalty Tom Matthews, Thomas Jane, and many more familiar faces that we'll get into as we take this ride through Nemesis. As the movie opens up, you just know we're in for something special when you can hear both the made-for-TV Stephen King miniseries piano and the flute and/or plastic recorder heard in some of the best B-movie action scenes this side of Cannon Films. Our lead, Alex Rain, sets the table as he soulfully opines over the future being full of cyborg outlaws and information terrorists before we find ourselves in smoggy California in 2027. Just a few short years and all of this could be ours, Simba. We go right into the hot stuff between this cop and alleged prostitute, and wait, is this a Hellraiser movie? I get the awful feeling that skinless Frank is in the corner watching, but he isn't. Instead, she's a hot cyborg who gets shot in the face by this version of our lead character, Alex Rain. Boom. Title drop. We're gonna have a good time tonight.
Break the law, go to hell.
Man, I hate cyborg prostitute terrorists. This kicks off a shootout and chase scene between the friends of the hot cyborg prostitute and Rain that takes place on this awesome set that feels straight out of a Call of Duty map. Some might call this B-movie schlock, but I gotta tell you, I feel like I'm watching Robert Rodriguez direct Desperado right now.
So something in the guitar case?
Yeah.
What?
My guitar?
No, it's not. It's another gigantic future gun as the battle rages on with all sorts of weird tech and terrible aim. Check out these John Woo moves. And this excellent Wilhelm scream. Am I in heaven? This movie is as entertaining as that villain's dress is short. As Rain tries to escape, he finds a giant pole in the desert. To accomplish this feat, they went through 3 different gigantic poles to find one that could accommodate the right weight for the stuntman.
One such event required the Alex character to ride a 60-foot pole and jump off just before an explosion.
Finally, after running straight into an open field with absolutely no cover, they are able to hit Rain, only for him to drop a straight-up Jean-Claude Van Damme one-liner.
That knee was brand new.
The only thing that could make this better is a cute puppy. Oh my god, it's a cute puppy. A cute designer puppy just hanging out in the middle of a desolate whatever. We finally get the tiniest fraction of backstory here as she tries to explain to Alex that she's the good guy before recreating the warehouse murder scene from RoboCop. Then he's rebuilt in another scene I saw in RoboCop. Fast forward and we're in a place called Baja New America where Alex has been left to rehabilitate his synthetic flesh and bioengineered organs. But he kept the dog, which is adorable. I hope nothing happens to it. Gruner looks like a completely different actor with that fade cut and maybe slight drug addiction to whatever the hell that thing is. He heads off to a restaurant that looks more empty than a Cracker Barrel during the logo wars of 2025, looking for sweaty vengeance. He finds his nemesis shockingly fast and sends this weird-looking lady careening into a wall like a deadite on the wrong side of Ash's boomstick before taking out Trailer Park Wolverine. A couple of hotties show up from corporate to collect him, and he tells the one inexplicably named Jared that he's retired. We then learn Alex's backstory involved Jared and her boss Farnsworth getting Alex out of prison if he promised to work for them in return, and of course that these two used to date, even though she's a cyborg.
Him and her got it on. Woo-wee!
Alex storms off, and hey man, you forgot the dog, and you just know they're gonna kill the dog, and then they kill the dog, which to be honest is kind of on Alex. Either way, artsy shot of him staring into the abyss while burying the dog he neglected. A year later, Alex decides to try his hand on black market smuggling and weird haircuts when a hotshot systems cowboy,
Some hotshot systems cowboy wanted to see me.
whatever that means, played by Tom Matthews, literal face opens up and blows him away. Awesome. He wakes up once again put back together by the LAPD, this time looking like some version of Rambo, Tom Cruise, and The Crow had a baby. This is where we're introduced to the American Psycho corporate villains, or in this case, French Psycho,
What's her name?
Julian.
Yeah, Julian is fronting for her.
including the legendary punchable face of Breon James, who played an awesome villain in both Tango and Cash and 48 Hours. He's great, but I gotta tell you, lead singer of Ice Nine Kills over here, Nicholas Guest, is stealing the show in this scene.
This is just the kind of power play they're looking for. To get rid of the commissioner.
Anyway, they explain that they've Amanda Wallered Alex and put a bomb in his chest, so he has to do whatever they say now, which is go after his ex-lover hot cyborg boss who has since betrayed them alongside the person she's now working for. And we're off to Shangloo!
A low-tech shithole called Shangloo.
Shangloo. Christ. We get to see Alex throw some sick roundhouse kicks to a group of guys who line up to beat him up while an extremely sweaty and naked Billy, played by the great Thomas Jane, watches from a window. I can't show it here, but I just want to let you know that the camera almost literally follows the sweat down the crack of both of him and his partner's ass for no good reason whatsoever. We get it. They're hot and naked. I don't need smell-o-vision to crack the case. Why are there so many flies? Next, we meet the hotel proprietor who's being watched on America Online plant cameras by none other than Shang Tsung himself using a surfer accident. This movie just keeps getting better.
It's the information age, brother.
Julian, played by 80s and 90s sex symbol Deborah Shelton, and her fitness consigliere Michelle double-cross Punisher and head over to give Alex the old 1-2 Jason Voorhees shower bomb special. Michelle might look tough, but he goes down like a squirrel having a heart attack. Alex's new friend lets him know that she's actually on his side somehow, and also has to pull out his eyeball because the LAPD was using it to record everything. In the most anticlimactic eyeball rip-out scene ever recorded, she uses a finger plunger to pull out the camera, which looks like it's sitting on one of those multicolored pins we used to use in the 90s. And now, more gung fu. These guys are making all kinds of crazy wall shapes. I think you got her guy who just had his eyes dilated. Alex uploads Jared's chip into a device that shockingly resembles a smartphone and learns that Farnsworth was actually killed and replaced as Cyborg Sam, the one who killed his dog a while back. Wait a minute, what is all this talking shit? Alex does a flip out of a glass window while three goons follow him, firing aimlessly into the air. More firing. That guy is doing one hell of a shimmy. Granny over here proves that senior citizens, while slow and dangerous behind the wheel, can still serve a purpose.
Fucking cyborgs.
These two throw down on a slip and slide, and oh my god, the face opening thing! All I've ever wanted to do in my entire life was shoot something while sliding down a slide backwards. This might be the coolest movie of all time. Oh yeah, this little person has been running around and following the plot with absolutely no explanation whatsoever.
How can you trust him, Andy-san? He should die for what he's done.
Wholly overacting Batman, Alex learns that he's been working on the wrong side for a long time as the mean lady with the gun tried to tell him back at the beginning. When we reach our dialogue limit and someone throws an explosive into the building, this guy decides to go dick first at. The Men's Club warehouse team shows up and kill off everyone, including Angie's son, unfortunately. Max thinks she's taken the two bad guys down with one explosive cannon shot before one of them shoot down an entire silo so that we could watch this awesome slow-motion runaway scene. And this one. And this one. And then. This film is endlessly entertaining.
When they ran out from under the tower, we blew up the gas bombs and this huge tower hits the ground. Cut print, next event.
Can we just point out that actor Tim Thomerson here is giving one hell of a physical performance as Old Man T-1000? So after all those shots fired though, all it's going to take is a single shot fired in the middle of a triple-double backflip into a river John Kimball and Fugitive style for all of this to end? Nope. To be honest, that isn't half bad computerized FX right there. I've seen worse in modern times. I'm looking at you, Andy Muschietti. Alex takes one of the most gnarly shots to the face I've seen in any horror movie in my lifetime before freeing himself and his arm of his obligations once and for all. And we finally get to see the volcano. Alex says goodbye to his hot bot before she's deleted and heads off to a new life looking like Halloween 4 Michael Myers. 6 months later, we learn that Alex is hunting cyborgs again with some cool new eyes. He runs into Jermaine dressed as one of the Beastie Boys from the Sabotage video. And
Amazing what a tech retard can do when he really puts his mind to it.
did he just say, no, there's no way, right? Finally, when a movie like this ends with one last shot of violence, it can only end one way, with a shot to the dick. Nemesis released in a limited number of theaters in January of 1993 and made around $2 million in its entire run, which is around the rumored budget for the project. It's gone through multiple recuts and re-releases on home video and started a batshit franchise of 5 movies, none of which feature the character of Alex Rain again. Weirdly enough, as if it could get any weirder, there was a crossover between this and the Cyborg franchise that featured Rain in 2013 called The Dark Rift, which would star Gruner, but the project was never completed or officially released. Regardless, it's safe to say that Nemesis is a forgotten gem of the year 1992, and we're happy as shit to have experienced it with you today. Take care, everyone.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. JoBlo was created by movie fans for movie fans, and we appreciate your support.